Okay, I started record. Here in this one, I told how to upgrade your RAM. I have a 4 GB RAM. Okay, I have a 4 GB RAM with my laptop. I brought a laptop, so with a 4 GB RAM. Now it is not enough for me because my work is need more RAM capacity, more processing capacity, more disk capacity. Three things are important. Okay, so mainly I work with a virtual machine. So each machine minimum it will take 4 GB to 15, 20 GB, 30 GB, 40 GB size also. The disk size, RAM size. Each virtual machine is like I need a 2 virtual machine, for example. Okay, this virtual machine require 2 GB. This virtual machine require 2 GB. So it is not enough, right? So I have a physical RAM is 4 GB. Virtual machines required 4 GB, not enough. Okay. So if 1 GB, 1 GB, and my system will become very slow. So like that, my physical RAM is not enough for my work. So what I've done, I want to upgrade my RAM. So I cannot remove this 4 GB because that time it is RAM is very costly. Okay, 8 GB RAM cost is that time is around 2,500 to 3,000, 4,000 up to because of demonetization price increase up to 4,000. So before demonetization it is a 2,500 or 2,600 only, and after demonetization so it has become 4,000, 4,500 like that. Okay, so why I said it is very costly 3,000, 4,000 because that time my salary is very low. Now no problem if it is 6,000 also no problem. Last time I purchased 16 GB RAM, single RAM, that is for my computer, that is around 6,000. No problem for me because 6 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, 6,000. Now it is become 7,000 now. So then I think it is costly again. Okay, it depends upon our economical status. That's the cost is depends. So unnecessary cost, the component cost increases very rapidly. Okay, of course. And this is DDR3 model. So my previous RAM is DDR3 model. My laptop processor support DDR3 model. So I think I closed that last time search. My processor is i3. Hey, it is 12. It is 12th generation. So mine is i5 3230 model, something is there like this. This is M model. Okay. So compulsory go to your processor, check the processor maximum RAM capacity. Check the maximum RAM capacity is 32 GB and which type of RAM you have to insert, that is DDR3 L type, and this is the frequencies suitable. You want to order online, okay, no problem, but you have to verify these compulsory things. Next. So your motherboard support is also important, right? So DDR3 model. So my previous RAM is directly support, so no problem. I check my previous RAM 4 GB DDR3 L model 1600 megahertz frequency. So that's the PC value is also there. The PC value is 128.00. So based on that, I understand it is 1600 megahertz RAM. So I went to market, I purchased the 8 GB. So better I asked that guy, so this is my old RAM, this I want a 8 GB RAM for that one additional. Then I add another 8 GB to it. Okay, another 8 GB, 2 slots, one is 4 GB, another is 8 GB, and I finally total is 12 GB RAM. Okay, then I upgrade like that. Now I'm doing very good, right? So look at here, go to task manager, performance, memory, it is 12 GB RAM. So speed is at 1600 megahertz. Slots use 2 slots I used it. sodium package type because it's a laptop. Okay, so this is my RAM related. And also I told last class, I will tell about how to check your configuration. This is the one way to check the configuration is go to task manager, performance, check your what is your CPU number, Intel i5 3230 and clock speed is 2.60. Okay, number of cores to logical processor, virtualization is enabled, L3 cache memory is 3 MB and my memory is 12 GB RAM. Okay, 1600 megahertz speed. So sodium package. This is my hard disk, 500 GB hard disk it is. Somewhere it is written capacity 466 GB means it's a 500 GB. Okay, meaning is it's a 500 GB capacity. Disk 0, C drive, F drive, D drive is there. It is a performance. Of course, my laptop having a 2 hard disk, so don't worry. I second hard disk, the disk 1, because of I removed my DVD drive. I removed my DVD drive. I inserted a candy. Okay, hard disk candy is there. Candy. Second hard disk. This is like a caddy. Okay, it's a caddy. So this is different people are providing this. I purchase one that is not working, so then I purchase another one, then it is working. Okay, so there is no guarantee warranty on these caddies. It is just a empty place. It's nothing but it's an empty one. Okay, so inside you have to insert a hard disk, laptop hard disk only, or SSDs. You can put a SATA SSDs or laptop hard disk, 2.5-inch hard disk only. Okay, so better 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte only. I put it 1 terabyte because I have got a lot of doubts. So then I put a 1 terabyte only. Okay, so only one time I got a problem, that later it is now a problem is solved. Okay, so this is a caddy. It's a bay. So then I added 1 terabyte. I removed my DVD ROM, which is anyway not working properly. Anyway, no DVDs at all now. Okay, so I'm using anyway external DVD reader and writer. So then this is disk 1 terabyte. Okay, my Ethernet, I have a Wi-Fi Ethernet. This is originally Wi-Fi Ethernet. These are all some different. This is my graphic card. GT270M 2GB graphic card. So guys, if a question comes, what is your system configuration? CPU, memory, hard disk. These three things, 3 points. One more is your operating system. One more is your operating system. These 4 things are important for your system configuration. So easy to know what is your processor. Don't check on your laptop the labels and all. So go through here, check correctly what is your processor name, Intel i5, Intel i3, Intel i7, which generation, which number it is, and what is its a clock speed. Okay, number of cores, virtualization enabled or not, L3 cache size, memory, how much memory it is, 12 GB, 8 GB, 4 GB, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5, DDR2. Okay, how much speed, disk, what type of disk it is. Okay, and what is the capacity of your disk. It is hard disk, HDD, not SSD. It is hard disk. Okay, and capacity. So these are the basic information. So there is two more ways to know what is your system configuration. So that is again I will tell in the next part. So I hope you understand how I upgrade my RAM and how I check my processor and my existing RAM total capacity and disk capacity. Got the point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here it is. We start with the ROM. Already we have seen what is ROM. Read only memory. Read only memory. It is a permanent memory. Of course, for a RAM, I didn't add one more point. It is RAM is a temporary memory. Temporary memory. But this is permanent. One second, guys, please. Okay, it is a permanent memory. Very important memory in our system. One of the primary memory. ROM is a one of the primary memory, and it is a store the data permanently. Store the data permanently. So ROM is nothing but a chip, a small chip built in on the motherboard. When you see your motherboard pictures, okay, so nowadays the the ROM chips are may not be available to see, but this is another very good website like a computer hub, simple details of things. Okay, this is different parts, OSS motherboard, right? Cmos battery, where is the ROM chip? It is AGP slot. This is CPU socket, back panel. Okay, so my eyes are paining. It is giving so many things. It's very good, but motherboard, BIOS chip, motherboard. Okay, earlier days we have these kind of chipsets are there. Still, it is there. Dip chips, like you are doing a microprocessor, microcontroller. That time you can choose your own empty ROM chips and to store the code inside permanently. Okay, so on computers we have a permanent place of this chipsets are there. Like see, it is YAMI BIOS. YAMI BIOS. It's on motherboard only. It is on motherboard only. Sometimes it is integrated inside your motherboard chip. We can't see directly. Okay. So like this. Sometimes very small. Usually early days it is a very bigger. So then we are understand. So like this is the chip. Lot of people see this battery and told the battery is a BIOS chip. No, no, guys, it is a battery. This is battery. This is BIOS chip. BIOS is a chip. Understand? It is a small circuit, a chip board means like an IC type. Okay. So in a BIOS, I'm going to new. See this. This is a chip. So this once a chip, we need some preloaded program inside. In a ROM chip, we need a program, permanent program. So what they will do, when they're manufacturing this chip, they burn a program inside. They program the ROM when it is manufacturing. Okay, it is like a circuit board only. Like in a home, we have a multi-purpose switches. If you turn on the fan from the main board, and you can turn off it from your bedside. Okay, it means a light and fan having a two switches. One is at bedside, one is at a main board. Okay, so how it is possible? One single fan having two switches. How it is works? Because of it's a hard wiring. It is because of wiring. Similarly, these chips inside the circuit is designed like that. It is as a function. If you understand really a computer, then easily you will understand. Computer don't do anything. It is all are on or off circuit boards only. Okay, hardware program inside that one. No specific loading and unloading kind of stuff. Not there for a ROM chip. So that is a read-only memory. So later on days, people who develop this ROM, computers, manufacturing a computers, they got a challenge like the pre-loaded program chips are not suitable always. We need a empty chips. I give a empty pen drive, so you can load something in it. If I load something inside a pen drive, if you cannot able to load anything, what is the use? Okay, so different usages are there, right? So like that, I build a one empty chip. So I'm a manufacturer of, for example, you are a manufacturer of motherboard. I am a manufacturer of empty ROM chip. I give you a empty ROM chip. You put your ROM chip on your motherboard and program it as per your requirement. So what is there in the ROM chip? We will discuss that one. So that is called a programmable read-only memory. So we can program it after building a ROM chip. Earlier days, we have a type of ROM chip that is comes with a small glass piece on it. So you send a program inside using UV rays. UV rays. Okay, ultraviolet rays. They will send it inside to program it. It's a hard programming again. Later on days, erasable program means there is an empty chip. You can program it. If you see its program goes wrong, or you no longer require a program inside your ROM chip, so you can erase it. You can rewrite program in the ROM chip, that is EPROM, means we can rewrite it. We can write and erase it. Again we can write it. That is EPROM chip. Rewritable. We are using this EPROM chips in case your motherboard got some kind of issues. Okay, we can able to rewrite it. Okay, we can rewrite it. We can remove the program and rewrite the new program. Our ROM chips can be upgradable. EPROM chips, like a new version of BIOS is released into market. Okay, so like a new operating system not supporting your old BIOS, you can upgrade your ROM chip, so then it will upgrade. Guys, I will give you a simple example to understand it. You buy a mobile phone. When you buy a mobile phone, it is Android 11. You purchased a mobile phone, it is Android 11. And you say like Android 12 mobiles are there. But your company offers free upgradation to Android 12. Or Android 13 is going to be launched. You purchase a Android 12 free upgradation. You got a mobile phone. You have a mobile phone from last 2-3 years. It is a Android 10. It is upgraded to Android 11, and it is not upgrading to Android 12. Why? Because of the built-in firmware. The built-in firmware is not supporting for a Android 12. If you upgrade your firmware, you can able to upgrade your operating system. It's like a point also there. So check your mobile phone series in your internet or Amazon.com, Flipkart.com also. Go to some mobile phone specifications. You can see firmware upgradation is required. I have an Apple phone which is now, I destroyed that one. So, okay, that is very old one. So I 5 version, Android 5. That is also a very small mobile phone. Not a mini version. 5 is small. 6 is bigger. Okay, 5 is very cute small one. I got it in a third hand model. Okay, so my brother-in-law to my sister to me. Finally, I got it and I broke down that one. But you know, it is always upgrades to the latest version of iOS. You know why it is? Because first it will upgrade the firmware, means ROM, EPROM, BIOS program. First it will upgrade, then it is upgrade the new operating system. It only verifies how much internal memory is there. Very big story. If you don't understand, no problem. People who understand, so that's okay, good. Okay, so don't worry about it. Yes. So ROM, read only memory, and there is a EPROM, PROM, EPROM, and EEPROM. Electrically erasable, programmable, read only memory. This ROM chips, yeah, it is another one. This also I will put it, and later I will tell some more extra story to you. This is wrong. Better like this one. See, this is a one picture of BIOS chip. Okay, some picture of BIOS chip. Okay, so what is the program inside your ROM chip is BIOS only. The program inside your BIOS chip is sorry, ROM is BIOS. That what is the BIOS is nothing but firmware. What is BIOS? Basic input output system. Okay, why it is showing like this? What is BIOS? Why it is showing in different colors? It is nothing but a firmware or a firmware. You can use any word. Firmwares for any electronic device. If you have a smartphone or a featured phone, you know, old phones, you press the power button. You press the power button. Okay, the firmware will load automatically. So because how it is on, how it is turn on, how it is load OS, how it is start understanding what to do next step. Understand by firmware only. So BIOS is nothing but a firmware, basic input output system. Okay, to start your PC, to boot your PC. Okay, to boot your PC, this BIOS is useful. What is in your ROM? It is BIOS. ROM chip, BIOS chip are same. ROM chip, BIOS chip are same. Okay, guys. So don't confuse between ROM chip and BIOS chip. ROM chip, BIOS chip, both are same. And RAM having a particular sizes. BIOS in computers, mainly in a computers, we don't have any specific sizes because we don't change the RAM. Sorry, we don't change the BIOS. It fixed chip. We cannot upgrade like a, we can upgrade in internal program possibility is there, but you don't remove that BIOS chip and insert a 10 GB chip inside or 5 GB or 2 GB chip inside. We can't do it. Of course, ROM is a very less small memory size only because the main hardware coding program is there inside, not a regular loading and unloading data. It's a purely depends upon your motherboard manufacturer. Okay, is there. So your BIOS is firmware. Uefi. So why it is suddenly writing in this kind of somewhere because of Uefi. So BIOS is basic input output system. Then what is Uefi? Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Is a specification for a software program that consists of computer firmware. Okay. So it is nothing but of BIOS or upgradation of BIOS or a new version of BIOS. You can say it is better to say it's a new version of BIOS. Okay, of course, UEFI having its own features like a secure boot feature is there in UEFI. Of course, also there is virtualization settings, mouse support, SSD legacy loading kind of stuff. Okay, so there is some other features are there. So one of the direct feature is secure boot feature is also there inside a BIOS UEFI. Okay, there is a lot of stories are there, guys. So my eyes are paining suddenly. Afternoon effect. Okay. So what is the BIOS, guys? What is ROM? ROM is a chip. It contains a program. So what program it is contains? It's a BIOS program. That's it is called as a BIOS. What is a BIOS? It's a firmware or a firmware. You can say it is. Firmware used to boot your system. When you power on your system, to you power on your system until your system is completely power on. So you got a screen. So I power on morning 9 o'clock. I power on my system. So my 9:30, by the 9:30 I should be ready to deliver the class, right? So I turn on my computer at 9 o'clock. After 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I got a screen because of my system is very low. Things are there. Okay. So after some time, finally, I got my screen. I can start working, right? So what happens when I power on my computer till I got a screen? All those steps, we call it as a boot processing. Okay. again. So when PC or laptops are guys, people always confuse with one word to another word. Sir, you said PC, but there is a laptop. Then what is the difference? Okay, so you said about PC, not about laptop. Yes, give your matured mind in it. We are not a childhood places, right? We are not childrens. We are a little maturity is there, so use it. Okay. Sometimes PC laptop may different in a certain functions or a certain task, certain mobility related. But in general, both are basically a computers. Okay, so it's when PC is power on. I'm not telling a power, turn on. So when turn on and user get screen to use it. Okay, you got your own display. Just I'm using some words, so different ways you can present this thing. Okay, so understand that one. So I turn on my PC. Finally, I got a screen to start using the computer. Not something screen I got it, so I'm using it. It's not like that. So I got a finally I got a screen. This process after 2 screen. Screen means your display screen. Start to the user's screen. Step by step. So 1 second, guys. The step by step process from start to user screens, not start to end, because you start a computer and user got a screen. Okay, finally you got a screen. It's called boot processing. Okay, so what is the boot processing? You start a computer and you finally got a screen. So in between there is a steps. Step by step process is there. So that is called a boot processing. Okay, the first step is called a post step. Post means power on, self test. Guys, do not think I went to somewhere. I didn't went to somewhere. I'm here only. So look at here. Okay, so I didn't went anywhere. It is I'm in a BIOS only. When you turn on your computer, the first step is post, power on, self test. What is power on self test? It will test the system, every component, that too important main components must be turned on, must be work. Like I have a RAM properly sitting, RAM working, processor is working, connection is there, hard disk is connected, BIOS is connected. Okay, its function like an R bridge is properly working, the onboard motherboard fully functioning properly, voltage distribution to the motherboard components is good. Okay, SMPS is working. So what is a post? Post confirms system main components are working good. If any component, main component like a SMPS, or maybe exactly say your processor is not working, your RAM is not working, RAM not sitting properly, RAM having problem, RAM not a incompatibility of RAM, okay, incompatibility of processor. Okay, what will happen? Power distribution through motherboard. What will happen? Post will fail. Okay, the first step, post must be successful to go to the second step. If post fails, failed, your booting is failed. Post successful, next step. Post fail, boot fail. Okay, post success, next step. If post fail, this we call it as a boot fail. Okay, boot fail. Boot fail or a booting failed. Boot process failed at a post only. There is a lot of things are there in a troubleshooting. Okay, like this. Who performed this post? Who performed this post? Your BIOS. BIOS perform post operation. Not only post operation, next step also post performs. Okay, next step, second step. If post is successful, all components are working. All components are working. Okay, post is successful. So then next step. So second step is find MBR. Guys, I'm talking in a BIOS manner. BIOS manner is different. Uefi manner is different. Only words are different. Common is common. Okay. If anybody not understanding, guys, no problem. I will repeat a particular point or a particular entire thing also. Okay. Because that afternoon we are discussing, little headache, little noisy. Okay, things will be there, so we must refresh ourselves only. Okay, the second step of a BIOS boot processing is find where is MBR record. What is MBR? Anyone? What is MBR?
Master boot record.
Master boot record. Very good. Okay, so find where is MBR record. MBR record stores in your hard disk. Some people tell MBR record stores in your BIOS chip, but BIOS chip will tell where is MBR record. Okay, who will tell? Again, BIOS will tell where to search MBR based on boot priority. Okay, so MBR means in a BIOS there is a boot priority list is there. I will show you that boot priority. Okay, in BIOS. Okay, how to go to BIOS? That is what I am going to. Images. You can see it's a small screen. I will try to increase the screen size, but this has become a very smaller. Yeah, no. But I can able to see, but you can't able to see. That's the problem. Okay. Pictures are very small. I will search for a, yeah, this is little better. See the boot priority here. Okay, the boot priority is here: CD-ROM, removable drive, hard disk drive, network boot. Why I am showing like this? I will show you from here. I need a virtual machine. That's it. Any working virtual machine is PROM. I'll create a new virtual machine for temporary. Later I will delete it, so don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, I am creating for Windows 10. Nothing, just for temporary. So I can put it for SD2. Okay. So it is showing in a C drive. I will put it in a H drive. This is Windows 10. Okay. So don't worry, how I created, that is separate. Okay, and store, yeah, 160 GB hard disk, and the RAM is showing it is memory is 2 GB. I can use 1 GB also, no problem. Okay, processor is one processor. Yeah, image, don't require any images here, so anything, no problem. It's not a big deal. So what is the configuration? It is not a big deal here now. Just to show you BIOS settings. So I have to go for escape. Escape. Yeah. Boot normally, entire setup. Yeah, this is a big volume. Okay, no problem at all. Because it's a UEFI, it is showing like this. Settings, options, advanced, BIOS. Escape. See, it is boot menu. I didn't went to the boot setup kind of stuff. Okay, I went to the just boot menu. This is boot priority. This boot priority given from my BIOS only. Okay, if in case you want to go to BIOS setting and you want to change the boot menu, then we can change it. Escape. Okay, no problem. Alt Control Insert. F2. Right. Now it is came. Guys, are you able to see my Phoenix BIOS setup utility? Very good. Power of market. Guys, are you able to see this particular screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, this is called a BIOS setting. So BIOS settings are different from one type of BIOS to another type of BIOS chip. This is Phoenix BIOS. In a picture I showed, that is AMI BIOS. Okay, American Megatrend Inc. AMI. Okay, American Megatrend Inc. AMI BIOS. Dell BIOS is different. Phoenix BIOS is different. Asus BIOS is different. Okay, some manufacturers don't have their own BIOS chipset. Some are having, because of HP, Dell are a very old computer hardware manufacturers. So they may have their own BIOS chip. So all remaining are having any general BIOS chipset. So you can see the date and time is going on. So date and time it is showing. Look at the date and time. This is hard disk information. So currently I inserted a hard disk, but no hard disk is not online. Hard disk is not online. So that's why it is not showing here, not recognized. This is my RAM extended memory. You can see system memory means it's L1, L2 memory. Extended memory is 1 GB. 1047552 KB means it's around 1 GB RAM. Okay. Advanced, you can see few advanced options around advanced chipset related kind of stuff. Okay, how to go back? So there is a escape for exit. No. Back, escape. Okay. Cache memory, IO device controller. Okay, large disk support, IDE adapter, installed OS. Okay, like this. This is security. It's a BIOS password. You know, earlier days, people operating system don't have any passwords. Not because DOS is not having any specific thing. And hardware is very costly, OS is very costly, and data is also very important. So compared to data, the hardware is very costly. Hardware changes. People should not change any hardware settings. Lot of people nowadays don't know computer. They are learning cloud but don't know computer. So what they do? They don't mind. They don't know about a basic hardware in column is not there. But these are the settings I changed. So I don't want anyone to change my settings, hardware settings. What I do, I'll put a password for my BIOS, my hardware. So finally, this is the boot priority. Guys, I covered both BIOS settings and as well as boot priority, but BIOS settings I will tell again. So this is the boot priority. So first boot, like when I start my computer, check the power on self test, and after power on self test, your BIOS tell check the OS in the removable drives. If you don't find, then check in hard disk. Check the operating system in the hard disk. If you don't find, check the operating system from CD-ROM. If you don't find, check the OS from network. Through network, we can also install operating system. So try to boot from network. Again, if you change the order, for example, I'm changing the order. Yes, 1 second, someone put a question. You can't see my screen sharing. Very good. Once again, I will disconnect and connect. I'm just stop sharing and sharing. Now, can you able to see my screen? Prasanna Kumar. Check it now. Can you able to see my screen? Okay. Guys, others can able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sometimes like network lags and all. Okay, through network refreshment also problem is there. That's why you have to disconnect and connect it. Okay, so this is the boot priority. We can change the boot priority also by changing like this is for go up. Okay, and plus and minus. So I'm going to plus. See, it is first I given a priority. When I start my computer, check the any bootable OS in the CD-ROM, then take it from there. And if it is not there, try to get it from the removable drive, like a pen drive or external hard disk. Load it from there. If it is not there, then try to load it from the hard disk. If it is not there, try to boot from the network boot. It is a boot priority. And this is your BIOS setting. Okay. Now, so I showed a boot priority here, right? Okay. So how I enter this BIOS setting also is important, but we got this one. Now I want to crop it. Okay. So you can see easily this BIOS setting screen and as well as boot priority screen. Okay. So based on boot priority, BIOS will tell where to search your MBR record. So from where is the operating system is there is a MBR record in the particular hard disk or a CD-ROM. MBR record is there. Boot priority. So it will tell where to from where to load. Now third step. I'm telling you about a boot priority and importance of your BIOS. Now BIOS importance is completed. The next step is your MBR record tells where is bootloader. Where is bootloader? So we can tell this class, this part is a boot boot processing class. Okay, so this is also very important in your part, right? So I'm covering that one. So MBR tells where is bootloader. Bootloader depends upon bootloaders are different from one OS to another OS. For example, if you are using a Windows XP, okay, if you are using Windows XP, bootloader name is NTLDR. If you are using, for example, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, boot MGR, boot MGR. Okay, if you are using a Linux operating system, you are using Linux operating system, LILO, and best answer is always grub. Current version is grub 2. Okay, so depends upon one operating system, another operating system, bootloader will change. What is this bootloader? First of all, bootloader load into our RAM. Anything, first of all, it will load into RAM only. Load into RAM tells how to load OS. Where is OS and how to load OS. Tells where is OS, where is your operating system location, and how to load OS, which mode of OS. How to load means which mode, okay, of OS should load. Then fourth step, OS is loaded. OS is loaded. No need to do anything. OS is loaded from either from CD-ROM or maybe a hard disk or maybe through network or maybe a pen drive or maybe a external hard disk. Finally, OS is loaded into RAM. Guys, everything goes into RAM only. Nothing is there in here anywhere. First, it should load into RAM. RAM to processor only. Okay. So OS is loaded. Okay. So what is the fourth step? Fourth step is completed. Then go to fifth step. What is the fifth step? What is the fifth step? I can say. One second. I don't understand why I'm getting pure straight line like a like a one big dash and hyphen type. Okay. So automation, automatic kind of stuff. Okay. Once voice is loaded, okay. So services, startups, services, startup applications, better with the startups, services, applications, run. Of course, before that one, I missed one point. That is the original fifth point is login screen. You get a login screen, give a username and password or a sign in. So again, go to your screen. The fifth one is, or a sixth one is, you can tell like that fifth, 5, 6 point wise. You can divide it. So I told voice is loaded. You got a login screen. Then login. Then it runs the startups, startup services, applications will run. Okay, runs. Runs is easy, present tense. Okay, runs. So this is boot processing. Boot processing. Guys, understand this part? Only this part. Anybody need a small repetition? Only this part.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
so what is GRUB step, please, sir?
Grub.
Uh,
Yeah, a Linux, like uh, it's a file. It is a file contains how to load operating system.
oh, no.
Okay, it's very simple. Like a boot manager. It's not a boot manager kind of. It is a file. If you want to see your Windows boot manager, also you can see. For example, if you go to C drive, so we got a different things, right? A program files like that. Program files, Windows folder is there, and also you can get it. Okay, so go to view. You have to uncheck this option. Hide protected operating system files. Yes. You have to unselect this option. Apply. Okay. So boot MGR. Can you able to see, guys?
Yes, sir.
Boot MGR and some other files also you can see. So this boot MGR contains a script kind of stuff. When I start my computer, one by one step, when boot MGR loads into RAM, boot MGR opens and tell where is operating system and how to load operating system into our system. Yeah, it is a protected operating system file, so compulsory you have to hide it. So again, check mark, hide protected operating system files. Okay, Two things important. One is you have to uncheck it and also check this one. Hide items. It's a hidden file and it is operating system file. Two things. That's why two check marks. Otherwise, I will show you from starting. So now it is, we can't see any hidden files. Go to view, options, change folder and search option, view, show hidden files and folders. Okay, show hidden files and folders. Next one is hide protected operating system files. Uncheck it. Yes. Apply. Okay. It is all are will shows. Page file .sys, boot nxt, auto exe.bat, boot mgr. These are all hidden files we can able to see. Here it is. We can't read anything from it. Okay, because it's a Windows. Next, if you now once you've seen again, first of all check this one. Hide protected operating system files. Apply. Okay, if you put it like this, no problem. Like, do not show hidden files, also no problem. Show hidden files, also no problem. Okay, I put a show hidden files only, but I check this one, hide protected operating system files. Okay, see it is hidden files are showing, but operating system files are not showing. Okay, so this is our bootm. Same, if you have a Linux operating system, you have a file called a grub file. The latest version is grub 2, version grub 2. So you can see that file. Of course, you can read what is there inside a file. Okay, it will tell how to load operating system. Guys, I told Windows 7. It does not mean it's only in Windows 7. I showed in Windows 10. So boot mgr still valid for a Windows 10 also. So almost like a Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Boot mgr is a bootloader. Windows XP 2003 server, 2000 professional, 2000 server. NTLDR. NTLDR is a old bootloader. So you can type in a Google boot mgr missing, what to do. NTLDR missing, what to do. Okay, if you type like that also, we get it. If you failed any one of the step, mainly up to here, if you failed any of the step, boot failed, and you should understand in which step you got failed, on which step you got failed. Based on that, you have to troubleshoot. So this is the overall boot processing class. Okay, I never thought I will tell this one now, that too specifically. Okay, I told it. It is a step-by-step process from start to user screen. Is a boot processing. The boot start processing. The first step is post, power on, self-test. Next step is find the MBR. So where is MBR? Based on your boot priority, your hard disk or CD-ROM or DVD, the MBR record will be there inside. In the MBR will tell where is your bootloader. Where is your bootloader? Okay, the bootloader loads and tells how to load OS and where is the OS. Once OS is loaded, you got a login screen, log into your system, then the ready startup services applications will start running. You can start using your computer like that. Okay.
Sir, what about the Ubuntu, sir?
Ubuntu bootloader, LILO, I think. grub only, GNU grub. Ubuntu bootloader is also grub. Remaining process same, but for both Linux and Windows, only the OS, this kind of stuff is. Access denied. So open the CMD. No need to do, guys. No need to do. Just to show. I am showing. Run as administrator. Yes. Okay. So I'm typing BCD edit. Now it is showing boot manager file. About boot manager file, where it is located. So how much time? 30 seconds. When you start your computer, within 30 seconds, it will be loaded. Okay, it will. We should interrupt by 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, it will be loaded. So where it is located in C drive, winload.efi file will be path is there here. Your voice path like that. Description is Windows 10. This is your bootloader file information. BCD edit. If you want to see, you have to open your CMD as a run as an administrator. Type BCD edit. You can see your bootloader and boot manager information. Okay. If you don't understand this point, guys, it's purely okay, not a big deal. Okay. This is important. Boot processing is important. And I showed here boot priorities. Okay. This is about your basic BIOS. This is about your RAM. This is about BIOS, basic input output system, unified extensible firmware interface, which is nothing but firmware. So when you start your computer, the firmware will tell how to boot your system. The first point is post. Power on self-test is done by your firmware only. Okay. There is a few more points are there. So I will just tell and finish the few more points. So I thought I will tell again. So something is missing here. Yeah, this is missing. Guys, lot of people look at the Cmos battery and they'll tell this purpose thing is like a battery is made up of Cmos. Guys, the abbreviation itself telling complementary semiconductor, complementary metal oxide semiconductor field effective transistor. It is a transistor. Your BIOS is made up of CMOS. BIOS is made up of CMOS technology, and there is a battery supply is for a BIOS battery. And also we are telling you one lie that is very important lie is we are telling to people CMOS store data permanently. CMOS, sorry, BIOS. BIOS chip. BIOS chip store data permanently. Of course, there is certain data stores permanently, but there is a temporary data stores in BIOS. This headache and a very lengthy class. I don't know what is status of yours. Okay. So just we'll finish. Anyway, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Let's see that one. Okay. So BIOS stores data temporary data. You know what is the temporary data? Date and time. date and time. Okay, BIOS passwords and configurations. BIOS settings are configurations. Configurations are temporary data. This is temporary data. So when system turn off data lost. To keep data store we use Cmos battery. Okay, we use Cmos battery. Okay, so what is this Cmos battery part, guys? This Cmos battery is a battery. It is a lithium battery. Okay, Cmos battery made by lithium. Lithium ion, lithium cadmium kind of stuff. Lithium, it's a 3 volts battery, not by CMOS material. We call it as a CMOS battery because of our BIOS chip is CMOS. Okay, it's a transistor made. So the CMOS technology we use to make a BIOS chip, not this battery. Batteries are never made up of any semiconductor materials. Okay. So better we have to increase a little bit. Okay, stores the data, which is that's why I don't use this thing. Okay, we use CMOS battery. CMOS battery is a lithium battery, and it is 3 volts battery, which supports our CMOS to keep the data alive. If you remove this CMOS battery, the passwords, date and time will be resetted. Some people gave me an example, means our students only gave me an example, that is, sir, is it like we use a feature phones, old days we use a feature phones kind of stuff, if you remove the battery backside, so date contacts, means not saved contacts, the calling history, call history, date and times, this will be resetted back to factory default reset. Okay, same thing will happen if you remove and reinsert the battery. Okay, you remove the battery, BIOS settings, goes to CMOS factory defaults. Okay. It's a good thing. Power came or power gone again. Okay, no problem. Okay, so that is a final point. How to go to your settings. guys, earlier days we have a technique called press del. Delete button is there. If you press the del button, you go to BIOS bit. So first of all, okay, okay, power on condition, power on. Just you have to do press power button. I took a long time for a BIOS. It's a very 5 minutes class, but I taken a long time. No problem. Because I covered a very important topic in between. So this is also very important. Press the power button and press BIOS key to go to set. Press to go to BIOS set. So what are the keys? Possible key combinations. Universally Dell, because Dell company is there, no, they put a Dell kind of stuff. Guys, based on your manufacturer of laptop or a desktop or a BIOS, key is different. For some are like a F2. Okay. Nowadays laptop keyboards having functions, FN keys. So check it, FN combination is there, then put a FN. F10 most common, F12 another most common, F11, F9 another most common keyboard. Sometimes your function key plus F2 like that. Example, sometime shift plus Fn plus your F10. Example, I'm telling an example, depends upon your laptop or a desktop kind of stuff. So you'll get it. So mostly shift is avoided. So don't go with the shift point, but mostly function key plus your BIOS key. Your function key plus BIOS key. Example like this. Depends upon your laptop, guys. Okay. So once you are going to the function key like this, so you can change anything. You can change date and time. You can change date and time. You can change it. You can set BIOS password, not your Windows password, guys. Windows passwords are different, and operating system password is different. Okay, and your BIOS password is different. So keep it that mind. Okay. Mm, Enable or disable some hardware features. Example, virtualization technology. Virtualization technology. Boot priorities. Virtualization technology. Example. Can change boot priority. Yeah, I got my time's up. This is blinking. Missed call. 5 minutes research battery. Madam. Hello. Madam, join out in 5 minutes. అయిపోయింది క్లాస్ అయిపోతుంది. Okay, so you can change boot priority. Now you can able to save and exit by pressing F10. Most common key. So this is the main points of your BIOS settings. What we can able to do, how to go this thing. Okay, guys, like this. You can get the details of your system, and it is very important for a troubleshooting. Okay, why put a star here? So BIOS password is different from OS password. So a lot of people will confuse. You know, I got this kind of stuff from people. You know that hardware sir is very backwards. You don't know anything. You know, I read it very knowledge person. You know, if you how much strong password you put it, I'll remove it by Cmos battery. Yes, Cmos battery hard disk, your Cmos battery remove, your BIOS password will clear. BIOS password will gone. Okay, not operating system password. Operating system stores in hard disk. So password stores in your internally operating system files only, not in your hardware. Keep it in that mind. Okay, keep it in that mind. So another way of going BIOS setting is also there. That is Uefi setting is there. That we will discuss later. Okay, guys, satisfied up to now? So this type of configurations and extra configurations also you can able to see. Guys, sometimes you have to speak good, not good, understand, not understand. Got the point or not? So what about your RAM, ROM, and what is your BIOS and boot processing and BIOS settings? Do you got understand these things or not?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes.